I just don't want to cut up too much and have it be exposed to the air, but I am going to show you how I make it so it's sort of pliable. Because right now I can't even really stick my finger in there. But what I'm just going to do is put this in. There's one. And we're going to wrap this up immediately after it's cut, and it doesn't matter if it has anything on the top. So, there we go. So now that it's all cut, I'm just going to slide my cutter out of the way. I'm going to take this big one here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it in the middle, but I'm also going to pull the saran wrap. And it's just regular saran wrap you get at the grocery store. The idea here is not to have air touching the soap or air pockets stuck next to the soap, because when you make soap dough, basically what you're doing by wrapping it is keeping it from curing. The water is not able to evaporate because it's wrapped in plastic. So therefore it can't cure and the water remains in it. Basically you need water when you make soap to mix with the lye so the lye and the oil can bind. And that's really the only reason you need water. So after a soap is made, we, as in soap makers, we let it cure, which that allows the water to evaporate out, and that's what gives you the hard bar of soap. Now I'm not going to be using this anytime soon, so I am going to just double wrap this. I just want to make sure that it's wrapped good and tight so there's no air bubbles really trapped in there. You are going to get some, but what I do is I just write what it is, because I do have a few of these in my soap dough box. So I just write soap dough and then the day I made it, 7/19. I made it yesterday. And we're just going to repeat the process. And now for this one, I am just going to just cut this in half. And to make this white, I added titanium dioxide to my lye water solution. So for this one is a little much for me to hold in my hand, so I am going to chop these in half again. Just kind of doing this on the fly, and I'm probably right in the middle of the camera. So we got little squares now. So this in this bag is some cornstarch. This is a linen bag, I guess you would say. And what I've done is I filled it with cornstarch, and the little they're not microscopic, they're small holes, allows just a small amount of cornstarch to come through. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dust this on make sure you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to dust this on my work surface here, as to not really have a lot come out at once. I don't want to incorporate a lot of cornstarch, but it does help with it being sticky. Cornstarch to this, maybe flatten it out a little bit, get some cornstarch into those places that I wasn't able to. Now Sorcery soap dough, or Sorcery soap, her recipe is online. It's very attainable. Sorcerysoap.com, I believe. I may be wrong. I will put it on the screen if I am wrong. She has a fantastic recipe, and it's sort of fail-proof. It's really about preference and what you prefer to work with. It's basically like fondant. You can do anything with it. So what I like to do with mine when I store it, other than blocks, and in this way I know that I've manipulated it, I've used it, is sort of shape it like this. So when I wrap it, I can make sure there's no air bubbles trapped in there. Okay everyone, I cleaned up my mess again. But I did want to leave this last one. This is just the white soap dough. The longer you wait for your soap dough to, just kind of hang out, it's not as sticky. I believe I said that in the last few clips or clips before. But what I do is I just gather this up on a square and I bring it up the sides, make sure it's all flat on the bottom so there's no air bubbles, and gather it up on the side, and then I just twist on the top just to ensure that there's no air in there. That one actually has air in it. I don't know if you even see what I was doing. And then I just kind of hold it around and then twist it. And then what I do, and you're going to hear a squeak because my door to my soapy room squeaks. You would think with all the oil I have laying around I would fix that, but but I will show you what I do have for my little collection of soapy dough. I have some purple, I have blue, I have green, I have black, pink, I have yellow, and orange. This is my cornstarch here. And now we add the white to the family. But for now, I'm going to go. I've done enough rambling. I'm so glad you joined us tonight. And the soap dough talk, and you're still here. Good job. Give yourself a pat on the back for listening to me ramble. Until next time, I will talk to you soon. Have a good night. Bye.